All right, guys, good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Creature Feature from the Reptile Zoo. So I'm Michael, and we got a couple little guys here today, but you know, big things come in small packages. So today we're going to take a look at a couple of insects. We have one praying mantis known as an orchid mantis. We'll start with that one. So the orchid mantis is one of the many species of mantids you will find across the globe, except of course for your polar regions. But this specific species is found in southern and Southeast Asia, including Malaysia, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, and they are called the orchid mantis for a couple of reasons. One is their beautiful coloration. They really do have the whites, pinks, magentas, and purples of the orchid flowers that they are mimicking. And that's the other reason that they are called that, is they not only mimic the flower, they are actually going to be hiding and ambushing prey on those flowers. And you can see that funny little gait that he does, that little back and forth movement, swaying. That's a totally normal motion of how these guys are supposed to walk. It enables them to really keep up this illusion that, it's just a boring old flower. It's no interest to any potential predators like birds. But these guys are masters, not just of camouflage, but ambush. If there's one thing I can say for sure is a real impressive feature about mantids, it's that striking speed. Being an insect, of course, they do have 6 legs, but their legs are quite different from what you'll see in insects. With most insects, all 6 legs exactly the same. But take a look at that very front pair. You see, they do a little bit of walking with them, but, and I really don't know how well, ooh, that was a cute little jump. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, especially now that they're closed. But these limbs actually have tiny little teeth along the inside of the folds. So this enables the mantis to be able to really have a great tool for catching any small insect it's going to eat. Now, when I say small, I don't mean compared to its size, because a mantis can actually catch things bigger than itself. In fact, this species is known, they do get bigger than this, by the way. This is just a really little guy. But these guys are known to catch butterflies, and a butterfly, it can actually be a fairly large insect, though a lot of the time these guys, you'll also see them catching flies. And it's thought that that little black spot at the very end of the abdomen, in this case it's more of a brown, but they can be as dark as black, is thought to make it appear to be that there is a fly already on the flower. So the rest of the mantis blends in with the flower, but it's using that little black spot as a lure to attract any potential prey. And you know, as skinny as these little guys are, they've got a ravenous appetite. I've really never known a mantis to say no to food. And once they've grabbed it with those forelimbs, it's done, it's over. That insect is not getting away, it's just gonna get eaten alive. Now, for something that's a little bit less vicious, but still actually quite cute, we move on to this guy. So this is known as a blue death feigning beetle. And I try to be a little careful how I say the name, because you don't want it to sound like blue death feigning beetle. Makes it sound a lot scarier than it really is, because actually he's kind of a cute little button of a beetle, isn't he? So the blue death feigning beetle gets its name because they actually do get a bit of a bluish color to them. He's not as blue as I've seen these guys before, but that blue color comes from a wax that they secrete around their body, which does have a natural blue color. And this is actually meant to help them keep from dehydrating. This is an animal you'll find around the Sonoran Desert of the United States. And it's funny because usually when I talk about a lot of animals, usually it's like, oh, is it a daytime animal or a nighttime animal? Believe it or not, he's neither. This is a crepuscular animal, which means they usually come out in low light conditions. So dawn and dusk are when they are most active. And it's not a very big beetle. You would think he'd be a pretty easy target for a lot of the other big scary bugs out there, scorpions and tarantulas. But the blue death feigning beetle, as you probably guessed from the other word in its name there, feigning, is actually an animal that plays dead. So when these guys feel threatened or under attack, they just kind of keel over and they don't move. It makes them very unattractive as a prey animal, and most predators would just kind of ignore this guy. As far as his diet goes, usually some fruits, maybe scavenge a few dead insects he happens to find, and probably some other various plant matter is what will usually make up his diet. And they've gotten to be quite popular in recent years as pets. I mean, come on, he's small, they don't move around very much, they don't bite, they don't make any bad smells like some other American beetles we know, right? Stink bugs. But it's a pretty cool little beetle, and I can easily see why they'd be both a hardy and an attractive pet. All right. Well, we brought a couple little surprises for you, and I hope you enjoyed those as much as I do. Because I mean, they may not be reptiles, but you know, insects are still fascinating animals. So if you want to see what else we've got in store for you guys, keep a lookout for more of our videos, and we'll get to show you what else we got. So you guys take care, be safe, and we'll see you in the next one.